a.m. Before 7 a.m. today, there's already profitable trade. So imagine how most of us are starting our day, how we're starting our week. So that's the basis of this conversation, ladies and gentlemen. We have found a way to take advantage of what is seemingly popular. And what is what is popular, not even seemingly popular, is very popular, is the fact that today people trust all manners of AI tools to do all manners of things. I was in a presentation yesterday. I told them that the only AI I can tell them I know how to use is the one that pays money, nothing in between. AI and money. That is as simple as that. And if in any way, form, or fashion have trusted an AI, we can have people who know how to deploy AI and like a day like today, make you money before 7 a.m. on a Monday morning. Now, some people are entering, where I am currently is raining heavily. So people are going to enter that rain and go to work, which is very valid. But some of us, even before we start that journey this morning, will have made profit. And so somehow we feel the responsibility to share this information because profit does not affect another person's profit, and another person's profit does not affect my profit. All of us can participate in that. And as at this morning, we are almost at 1 million people who have benefited from that. The question is, why shouldn't it be 2 million? Why shouldn't it be 5 million? Why shouldn't it be 10 million? But in the next few minutes, I will guide you through. So those of us who are new here will understand what we're doing. And it's pretty simple. So first, I'll tell you the name of the company that have made this possible. We're having this conversation because a company called Tag Market decided to bring innovation to the marketplace. And when people hear innovation, they get wary a bit because a lot of the things that will create that innovation is new. And so the first reaction will be, is it real? Does it work? So already, if everybody who have responded on the chat has made money, we have passed that level. So if you are in this call for the first time, you're going to either listen and act based on fear or listen and act based on belief. Two things we can't help you with. But we're going to tell you the story and share exactly our own personal experience and see how that will encourage you to take action today. Over the weekend, I had meetings with a lot of people on Saturday and Sunday with a community that is about 3,000 people. And I tell them, please, we will talk on Tuesday morning, but make sure that you have an account before Sunday. We were activating account till up to 2 a.m. last night, and everybody has gone crazy this morning. So they don't need to ask me any question. Do I need to trade myself? The profit? And I'm going to insist for those of them who funded bigger accounts to withdraw by the end of today. So nobody will ask me from that group tomorrow. Why? This is working. So this is where traders come to win. That's what the innovation have done. And this innovation, I'll tell you about it in 3 minutes. Number one, they have removed distractions from the market. So how did they remove that distraction for people? They made education free of charge. So you know, say you don't have money, so you don't make excuses for it. If you're interested, they made it possible for you to have a signal for those people who are very addicted to trading that they must trade. There's a signal to help you. And this is done by some of the best people in the world. So you don't doubt the quality, right? But they did two things, which is why we're having this conversation this morning, and which is why traders come to win. It didn't say professional traders, it didn't say amateur traders. Everybody comes to win. So this is the reason why everybody is winning. Not just everybody can win. No, no, no. Where everybody is winning. Two things. For the first time in the history of the world, liquidity was made available to retail traders. for the first time in the world, this is very important to note, the very first time in the world, in the entire Forex market, liquidity was provided to an average person. That, my friends, is a game changer. We all know in this world that it's the rich people that have access to money. And if you don't have access to money, you cannot grow money. It's as simple as that. And we're happy this morning making money because stock market decided to give us liquidity. Now, as powerful as that is, they didn't stop there. They did a second thing. They connected us to institutional traders with the kind of tools and AI that we can never have access to individually to trade on that big money for us. This is real Santa Claus opportunity. You're giving money and you're giving who will trade the money for you. Your own is to sit down and collect profit before you wake up. What is there to think about if not to take action? And see whether if it's working for almost 1 million people, whether it will also not work for you. So what does these two powerful things mean? The first is money. They give you capital. So how do they give this capital? They amplify your account 12 times. They amplify your account 12 times. So what does it mean? I fund $100. I get $1,000 to trade. I fund $1,000. I get 12,000 to trade. I fund $10,000. I get $120,000 to trade. And they don't have time to explain to you that it's real money. They just say, trade. If you have up to $10 after 2 minutes, withdraw the $10. Don't write any support. We will send the $10 to you. So there is no time to say, is the money real? Where is the money coming from? And if you're not used to money, if you see it for the first time, you suspect it. Here, try it. If you fund an account this morning, you might participate in the next trade. It's as simple as that. Now, as we speak, a promotion is going on. A promotion we don't know when it will stop, which means it can stop once I finish talking. You don't know. That allows you to get 24x, which means 2 times the normal capital they give, which means if I fund it $100, I can get $2,400 to trade. If I fund a $1,000, I can get $24,000 to trade. If I fund $10,000, I could get $240,000 to trade. From every standard, this is amazing. And our encouragement is that people should take it because, like I said, it can't. But if you already have it, you can now withdraw consistently from a huge capital, profits made from a huge capital. This is why we're having this conversation. So this is not about funding an account and then looking for 1:10,000 leverage, which will kill you before you even start the trading in the first place. No. This is about real liquidity, right? This is not about prop account. This is not about funded account where you're essentially told that you can use money to buy money and then you think you can make profit from it. No, it doesn't work that way. Here we're talking about real liquidity without conditions that can truly change your life, which is what you are experiencing. Now that you have capital, it does not mean that you have become a profitable trader, right? So what do we do in that case? We are connected to institutional grade traders who have a public result. This public result is important to help people with their unbelief. That's why it's important. And I'm about to show you that. Now, this group of traders have been, sorry guys, this page is not loading well. So this group of traders have been trading for institutional people. So why did they trade for institutional people? Their strategy works with big money. Their strategies work with big money, right? So they don't trade for small people. They trade for real people. These are people who are like endowment funds, banks, insurance companies. They come with huge money. These are the people that they trade. But now, because of tag market, me and you now have liquidity, right? Not leverage liquidity, real liquidity. And we can take advantage of this real liquidity and participate in a trading like the big boys. Now, but because these people are going to be trading for retail traders, they had to start sharing their results so that it's not telling you that they can make this kind of profit. It is a third-party platform reporting their trading life. So if you've done anything in the Forex space, you will know about my FX book, right? So my FX book is a platform where if you say you know how to trade, you can trade for people. You should have your account connected to this place. And it has to be a live account. So if you look at this place, real USD connected. Now for the last 19 months, they have been publishing these results. So 2024, November was when this became public. And for this period from 2024 November till date, this is the result that they've created. I want you to look at this. On the average is 1.1%. This is the type of interest people don't like to hear. Do we make 1% every month? That's too small. That's why the retail traders never make money. Because they want to hammer and they never get to hammer, ever. But when you see 1.1% that is consistent for 19 months, if it's consistent for the rest of your life, you will never talk about money, just 1%. This is the miracle of what we're talking about. So now, your Sonic AI is a group of 3 traders with over 50 years of experience. One person is leading that group, and there are 2 supporting people. Now, we're not just using AI and entering trade, and Trump will say something and the market will go against us. No, no, no. There are human beings guiding how this AI enters and exits trade, that it has an optimized outcome. Now, when you trade and get 1%, and this 1% is on an account that has 24x leverage, it means 1% becomes 24% of your own capital. Now, my brothers and sisters, you are in the market. If you do a 1% on a 12x capital, it means you're making 12%. Now you are in the market. And this is what is profoundly changing people's life. And it happens while you sleep. It happens while you're in your office doing daily activities. Your involvement is not required at any level except to connect the account and come and take profit. People are not just used to easy money because we've told that money has to come with too much hard work. So we want to look at chart all day and still lose the money. Some of us have moved from answering professional traders of 21 years to profitable sleeping trader. There's nothing wrong about it. It's an exciting place to be. Now, I'm happy to tell you that we'll make profit for 19 months, but I'm happy, more to tell you that we did that while taking a risk of less than 1%. So look at the second figure. It's called drawdown. Drawdown is, yes, we can always go make profit. But when the market goes against us, how bad can it get? In the last 19 months, it got as bad as 0.86. From where I stand, my friends, that is miracle. Consistent profit for 19 months with a risk of less than 1%. I cannot do that with my 21 years experience. I give myself a lot of sense and pack some money in Sonic and wake up to profit every day. It's as simple as that. And once I finish this call, I will go and compound the profit so that their next trade, I will have more capital, which means more profit. It's as simple as that. Now, if you still don't understand the seriousness of these numbers, let's break it down. Now, there's something that is called risk of ruin, which means what will happen and we'll lose this money. If you take a 24x account, which is promotional, I will encourage people to act and take that. You are going to have a drawdown, a maximum drawdown of 5%. Now, if it's a 12x account, you have a maximum drawdown of 10%, right? Now, if you look at these numbers properly, you will find out that broker is also putting their own money for you so that it creates a buffer for you not to lose the liquidity provider's money, but it also gives you opportunity to have more capital to be in the market. Now, I want you to look at the last figure here, 10%. So what will happen for us to lose 10% of the account in the case of 12x? I want you to read below. It will require 88 consecutive trades, losing trades, for us to lose 10% of the account. 88. Now, if it's a 5%, it means it's 44 trades. Now, let me tell you what that means. From the strategy of 1% and a risk factor of 0.8, it means that it has to lose 44 trades. That means even if they trade for 3 weeks, losing for 3 straight weeks, they will not reach 5% loss. That is how the fund management and risk management for this strategy is. He's not greedy. He's not trying to hammer, but he's making us money every day. Now, what is the reality for 19 months? Sonic AI has lost only a maximum of 2 consecutive trades. They have never lost 3 consecutive trades ever for 19 months. So imagine how far it is, let alone 88. This is why we're happy with what we're doing. We're not making any effort to convince you this morning. No. We're giving you this information. So if you don't have an account, you ready, put some money in it and watch it starting this afternoon. So that your own personal experience will be the guiding factor for your fear or your belief. It's as simple as that. If you doubt that, I invited you to this call, ask them for their account. Log it into your phone and enjoy watching their profit. Maybe you can borrow some belief from that as well. But by all means, for me, take action. It's as simple as that. Now, when we say that we have made money this morning, we are not joking. And I will show you some things very quickly so you understand what we're talking about. And this morning, I'm in a good mood. So I will show you something interesting. So this is what you're seeing is one trade profit from a $50,000 account this morning. This is almost 800,000 from a 50K. And this account can still trade today. This is from this. I want you to look at the date. And knowing that we're 1 hour behind. So this is before it's 7 a.m. this morning. Now this will be different for everybody, right? So let me share something else with you. This is also from a small account. This account is probably about 400 or so. And it has made 5.75 this morning. So let me tell you why I shared this thing. I shared something big, I shared something small. Nobody who invited you here or myself is going to tell you this is the amount. No, 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 no. There's nothing like minimum. There's something, where do I start? No. We want you to think about, what do you use money for on a monthly basis? Is it possible to put money in Sonic AI and that your expenses is generated on autopilot? Very simple experience to have, but it's profound. Where the income you will use to run June, or July rather, you know exactly where it's going to come from. And it does not require your sweat. It's an amazing experience. It's called financial independence. When you wake up in the morning, money is not the first thing on your mind. Something else has to be on your mind. At least be grateful that you wake up before you freak out about money. So you can start with $200, $100, $500. But when you see what it generates in a week, ask yourself, would this solve my problem? That's the minimum you should think about. Not what is the minimum. It's different for all of us. And that can happen for you. And you take your own personal determination to say, okay, this is what will generate what I need at the end of every week. And if you fund that money and see your weekly expense being generated by this activity with Sonic AI, withdraw it on Friday. By Saturday, the money is with you. So you have money to fund the next week. Life will be beautiful. What you do from then on is your personal responsibility as an adult. But this is the point we want to use what we're sharing with you. So if you're new on this call, please get back to the person who invited you to this call and ask the person to give you a link to set up your account this morning. Fund that account. Maybe by afternoon, you understand what we say, that it's completely hands-free, zero knowledge, zero part. The more ignorant you are about the financial market, the better this is for you. Because you're not going to ask funny questions. You're just act and experience the reality. This is the critical thing I want to share with you this morning. Now, if you have gotten to the point where you have funded an account, and that account is generating something significant enough to cancel your expenses, I urge you to start looking at this at a more grand scale. And what do I mean by that? One of the tools to change your life financially is to start putting monies away in things that can compound their profit. I had a conversation with the people I had live event on Saturday, and we had a very heated argument. What did I say that created that argument? I told them that salary is not their money. And we argued for about 5-7 minutes. And I said, salary is the money you earn from labor. Your blood is inside, your sweat is inside. The more you eat it, the more you are eating away at your life. It's just that people realize after 35 years and they can't do anything about it. What is your money is profit generated by your money that will never get tired. Until people make this distinction, they will be eating their life away until, for most people, the reality sets in at 35. Start 35 years. So what we found and what we're doing with this is that we can now generate profit while you are going to work. Money is working for you, leveraging Sonic AI. And that money does not come with sweat. Your blood is not inside it. This one served this morning. It happened before I woke up. So I was sleeping when it happened. That, my friends, is what we are talking about. Even the salary people are holding on to, it will stop. It's not a question of if, it's when. They will sack you, you resign, you retire. So what happens after that? So this is imperative for us. Too objective, because anything you do, you don't have a clear why, it's not going to create any result for you. So our why here is simple. Why we're sharing this with our friends and family. Number one, you can generate your living expenses and become financially independent. The second part is that you can now start chasing freedom. And this freedom comes if you start compounding accounts. Let's look at $500. If you're on 24, you make about 24%. Let's just leave it at 1%. The platform will take away 30% at the end of every week, because the people who are using their expertise to trade are not Santa Claus. Everybody who is also sharing this with other people need to benefit from what they're doing. And so part of the profit that is generated in the system is shared to everybody who qualifies, called social trading. Everybody in the community can become rich by everybody's success. It's scaling. It's as simple as that. And what remains is 70%. So if you look at 24%, if you remove 30%, it comes somewhere to about 16% rather. But I'm not going to do this return with 16%. I'm going to do it with 10%. I always like to go low. What can go wrong should all go wrong. Can I be happy? If yes, then we'll have something amazing. So if you make 10% every month, and usually I say, let's do this for 5 years. See, the forex market is not going anywhere. And none of us on this call want to die before 5 years. So 5 years is not a long time. The only reason is we'll call it a long time because we almost seem to forget that it will come and things will be more expensive. There will be higher inflation. We also discussed this in the call we had yesterday. You see, so long as government will print money, this fiat currency will have inflation. It's as simple as that. The day you recognize that and stop praying that it will not happen, the day you have freedom and control, they will print money. In Nigeria, every time you hear ways and means in the House of Assembly, in National Assembly, it means money has been printed. Things in the market will just go up. It's as simple as that. It's called inflation. It's eating everybody's money, your own and my own. Right? But if you take this compounding, for example, and you compound the $500 over the course of 60 months, this is the outcome it can give you. And I want you to look here. I'm compounding this on a monthly basis. And it gave me 52,000. Now, if I compound on a weekly basis, it gives me 1.8. I didn't change the number of time. I didn't change the percentage. I didn't change the amount. This is what they didn't tell me and you about compounding for long term. And for people like some of us who are compounding at the end of every trade, our numbers are better than this. And you can create that same discipline. Now, for most of us on this call, this number looks impossible. It looks like something that will not happen. Let me give you one final explanation about this, and I'll round up. The first month I put the $500 and it does 10%, I'll make $51. Look at it here. $15. Right? Look at this. $15. You see, this is what people look at. And I tell you why they look at that. All of us, without exception, was programmed to believe that money comes at the end of the month. Every 30 days, salary is paid. So it created a mentality that money comes at the end of the month, which is why people do Ponzi things, right? So you call somebody and say, I will have something. There's this platform. If you put money by month end, they will give us 100%. The only thing that got through to that person's decision-making faculty is money and end of the month. So he will put money. He didn't hear that 100% in 30 days is criminal. Until he will lose the money, he will do it again. That's the power of programming. But you see, we grossly overestimate what will happen in 30 days. because that's how we know money. But we grossly underestimate what can happen in 1 year. In 1 year, that compounding goes to 150, 3 times for doing nothing. Now, if you're patient for 2 years, 24 months, it starts compounding at 10 times. This, my friends, is the magic of compound interest. I really don't care whether you do it with $100, $500, $1,000, $10, $50. I don't care. I just care that you do it. Why? The money is somebody's money. It's an amplifier. The experience delivering the result is somebody's experience. Question I ask is, why are people finding it difficult to copy? It's because in the same school that created a lot of this problem, we were told that copying is wrong. But in real life, all of us have appreciated the fact that result can be gotten as fast as possible if you copy somebody with no road. It's as simple as that. By the third year, this $500 will be amplifying at 1,653. But people got deceived in the first month that you gave $51, and they will be alive for these 3 years. So see, let me end this presentation. You have the opportunity, if you are new, to take a decision as I end this call, to do a registration that will take 10 minutes and verify that account in another 3 minutes and fund that account with any amount of money that your belief level can carry. By tomorrow, we will be talking from a completely different point, and you have a better appreciation of what I just said. And please, by all means, it's important to start considering having 2 accounts, even those who have been in the business. One, to give you opportunity to have cash flow to survive, so we can start behaving like normal human beings. Secondly, bet on the future, because this future will come and you'll be alive. How do you survive? Having an account that you can compound puts you in that position. So ensure that the outcome of the presentation is a decision, especially for the new people. For the old people, ensure you have more than 1 account so that you have 2 balanced legs as you grow your finances. 1 to take care of your expenses, 1 for you to prepare for the future. We're investing and compounding because we are preparing for the future. We're not preparing for rainy days. Most people try to grow money so that they will solve problems in the future. Me, I'm growing money so that I will enjoy in the future. Your intention is as powerful and it can affect the outcome that you will get. Thank you so much, everybody, this morning. Have a beautiful week. Let's go make magic happen. Mr. Felix, back to you, sir.
Thank you very much. For whoever that must have invited you, the needful now is to get back to them and ask how to get connected to these AI that print money and not AI that take money from you.